Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you some more Pro League action. This is going to be the other game I promised to cast, and that is Jangbi versus Saint from Samsung Con versus MBC. So obviously I'm casting this because I am a huge fan of Jangbi, and he is absolutely god-awful right now, and as much as it pains me, I'm going to watch yet another Jangbi game. I've seen him lose a lot recently. It's been pretty painful, I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of like being a fan of the Cleveland Browns, or really any Cleveland team, or like in the Detroit Lions over the last 10 years. You know, there's a lot. It's kind of just deal with it and go on. But you know, he's got a winnable game. He's playing against Saint here on, I believe this is Aztec. So we'll see what he's got. See if he can come away with the victory. He has yet to win this year. Yeah, I'm not even joking. He has yet to win in this Pro League. He is 0-12, 0-11, something like that. He lost 1 or 2 ace matches. It's been ugly. Real ugly. So hopefully he can get a win here, maybe start a reclamation project on himself, and hopefully he doesn't fall into the bowels of StarCraft players who have fallen off the map. Hopefully he doesn't become Luxury or one of those other guys that just became a whole lot of nothing. Jangbi and I think another guy slumping big time is Calm. Calm's another one of those guys that's just been in a real slump recently. So he's another guy I'm looking out for on STX that hopefully can revive and start playing a little bit better. Jamie getting the scout on here, seeing the overpool, and getting his forge up right now, so he'll set up his wall quite safely, I hope. And, you know, he hasn't been losing. Actually, he's been losing all over the place. I was going to say that he hasn't really been losing because of his walls, but he's been losing every way that you can think of to lose. Jangbi has lost in basically every matchup there. I mean, he's thrown away big leads. He's been behind, been about to resurge, and then lost. He's lost to good players, bad players. It doesn't matter. It just seems like he can't do anything right. So, yep. Even when he's about to win, even when it looks like he's got a huge lead, something happens and he finds a way to lose. So, Samsung Con, I'm sure Stork is praying that his partner in crime, his Protoss fellow Dragon Jangbi, can get a comeback going. I do have the Nexus going up first before that cannon, and should be seeing a gateway come down pretty soon here as well. I have seen Jangbi recently start to skimp on cannons, and in a few of his most recent games he started to skimp a little bit on cannons. Not necessarily the first 2 cannons, but usually Protoss players will start throwing a second or a third cannon at certain times in order to stop a Ling run by or to stop a Hydra bust, Mutalisk coming in and things, and he tries to skimp on them, trying to get an economic advantage, and he's really paid the price for it. So I'm hoping he doesn't try to do something like that again, that he tries and plays on the up and up, and just tries to beat Saint using a build he feels confident in. And hopefully not Sarah Reaver or something else that requires perfection to perform, because that is, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where you don't want to use such a technical, highly difficult build to pull off when you're in a slump like this. So here we go, hoping for a +1 speed lot or something simple that he can execute and go from there. Maybe take a page out of the Bisu playbook, which that's what Bisu's been doing recently, is getting a lot of +1 speed lots. And trying to harass the Zerg player, keep him from being able to combine his Hydra forces. So the 3 hatches in one area and the 2 hatches often in another area can't combine. Trying to split up the forces and then try and take down one side, and that's been pretty successful so far for Bisu. So I'd like to see some more Protoss players try to do something like that. That would be pretty cool. We do have a layer starting up here for Saint, who is not that good a player, but he's just average, very average overall. Nothing special about him at all. And we have +1 upgrading. We got a couple Zealous produced and a Stargate coming up, and a second assimilator as well. And Jangbi being a little bit careful here, throwing down a probe in that gap, actually choosing to throw down the probe into that gap rather than produce a second cannon. So Jangbi is skimping a little bit on the cannons. A lot of times you'll see players put down a second cannon relatively early just to stop any sort of a Ling run by or something like that, but he's got that scout going very, very well, so I think he feels pretty confident that there isn't some kind of bust heading his way. The layer has completed and he sees the spire, so this is a very standard build from Saint, and I wonder if players are maybe looking at Jangbi as a guy that's fallen so far off the map that you can just play straight up completely standard and try and take him down pretty effectively. And I hope that's not the case. I hope it's not the case that a totally standard vanilla build can take down my boy Jangbi, but, you know, it is possible. It's possible he's fallen that far. This probe is doing a fantastic job scouting, finally going down there to a bunch of Lings, but got a lot of scouting in there. Surviving for several minutes. We got a few gateways coming up here, and the Citadel of Adun has completed, so we're getting those +1, and the speed lots are underway. No upgrades going on the cybernetics core, so it doesn't look like we're going to see a quick switch into Dragoons or something like that. We do have a 4th base coming up for Saint, so he's choosing to throw down his 5th hatchery at that bottom right main. Finally a second cannon for Jangbi. And here come the Zerglings, and they don't have any real chance of getting through there. Overlord coming in here for the scout, and Corsair coming in to take it down, so that's going to be one dead Overlord. It is going to scout out that there is no Temple Archives quite yet. I think he suspects that it's probably a +1 Zealot build right now. If will it get in range of the gateways, that will really let him know, and I don't know what the sight range is. It's going to be pretty close. He might know the number of gateways, but I think he's got a pretty good clue, especially with the Zealots pushing out. He's got a very good clue now, and now the SimCity for Saint is up. SimCity looks pretty good here. We do have the first-person view of Saint, and we do see on his menu map that he does know where the gateways are. He's getting a couple of sunken colonies up and running, and getting a couple sunken colonies at his 6 o'clock base as well, his 3rd. So, and keeping up the scout with these Scourges, got that Hydralisk Den up and going. And we've got a Cybernetics core spinning, probably going to be range. And this SimCity at the 6 o'clock position, not nearly as good as his main. So really, Jangbi could dart in here if he wanted to. I think this is vulnerable. Not a really good SimCity. They're not going to. I mean, the Zealots are going to be funneled, but they're not really going to be blocked very well, and unless drones come off the line, which they are not going to be in time. Here come the Zealots coming in for the sunken colonies, and the drones just way too late, just very, very late. But here come some Zerglings, and these Zerglings are actually going to do a really good job of taking down a lot of the Zealots, and none of the sunken colonies have fallen yet, and Jangbi struggling right here, taking out both sunken colonies. Both sunken colonies actually go down at the exact same time, and Zealots are streaming in here. Zerglings are streaming in as well to defend. Looks like a few drones have gone down, a lot of Zerglings have died, and 5 Zealots are still in here doing a lot of damage. A couple more Zealots have gone down. More Zerglings are being spawned constantly. Another drone goes down, and 3 Zealots still here, still trying to keep on the pressure. And now he's probably going to try and send them to the a spot where they kind of sit in a corner and do as much damage as they can. A few more Zealots coming in, 4 more Zealots coming in from the for reinforcements on Jangbi's side. Going to try and come in here and take down some more units. Going to try and take down some more drones, and going to take down this Hydralisk. 3 of them look like they're going to take on the rest of the Zerglings, while another Zealot comes in here to the mineral line and is going to try and take down some drones. The rest of the Zerglings go down, so 4 Zealots are sitting here trying to take down more drones, and it looks like Jangbi's going to do a ton of damage here, doing a fantastic job with this +1 speed lot build. Looks like those 2 that went into the main of the bottom right have finally gone down, the 2 Zealots there. 3 more Hydros being produced, but they are not going to have much luck micring against all these Zealots coming in here. 6 Zealots, and they are going to take down the Hydros Den, so Saint is going to have to rebuild that very, very quickly. Probably should already be rebuilding it as we speak. Hopefully another Hydros goes down, and now there's just too many Zealots in here. He's going to need reinforcements from his main, which are heading that way. A bunch of Hydros now. If Jangbi can notice that this is coming, he can block them on the ramp. He might be able to trap them on the ramp and do a ton of damage to the Hydralisks that are coming in to reinforce if he can block them. And I hope the commentators will let us see. I hope the announcers will let us see this. And Zealots still pounding away at the natural expansion, the 3rd base of Saint. Zerglings doing their best to defend, but not having a ton of luck here. Jangbi not even looking to take a 3rd base right now. Just looking to keep up the pressure, taking down out at the main of the bottom right, has taken down all of the defenses there except for one Zergling. Some reinforcements coming in from the main. This is absolutely nuts. Just so many units coming in for defense, so many units coming in on the assault, and it looks like finally this Hydralis group is large enough that he is going to be able to defend. So it looks like this attack by Jangbi has finally been fended off by Saint, but that was definitely a hectic couple minutes there. So much action going in. So many Hydralis, so many Zerglings, so many Zealots being poured into that fight. Looks like these Corsairs do have +1. I guess that was +1 upgrading, not Dragoon range. And he's up to 5 Corsairs, so he can probably start pushing out without too much fear of Scourge. Just a minimal fear of Scourge. Once you get 6 or 7, you're really, really safe. At 5, I think you're technically safe, but sometimes you want to wait for that 6th or 7th to be a little bit careful in case your Sayers get a little too split up or something like that. And he does have 6, and he is moving out. Looks like he's going to be able to get 1 Overlord very, very quickly. This one's going to die, and now he's going to be able to move across the map looking to pop Overlords and dodge Hydralis. We're probably going to see some DTs or Reavers produce. I would imagine DTs as he's popping some Overlords here. He does have High Templar out already, so he's got his Storm. If he can get some DTs going, that would make him very, very strong. He's got Zealot Archon army, or Zealot High Templar army. Now he needs to make sure that these High Templars stay close to his army and don't get too far separated, because they will be extremely vulnerable. It looks like Saint's not going to allow Jangbi to get his 3rd base up and running. But at the same time, Jangbi looks like he's going to be more aggressive even on this 3rd base, on these bottom right-hand base, and going to take down a lot of Overlords. Looks like 3 or 4 Overlords are going to go down here, at least. A lot of Overlords going down. And now Jangbi coming in for an attack here with the group of Zealots and the High Templar coming in behind and really asking to be stormed. A nice storm coming in from Jangbi, catching a lot of the Hydralis as they're trying to get away. Should be seeing a couple more storms go down. There's another big storm coming in, and he should have 2 more storms, I believe. There's another one, and catching a couple more Hydralisk, and this is it. There goes the rest. Pretty much the rest of the Hydralisk are down, and 2 Archons morphing in along with the Zealots. And once those Archons morph in, it's going to be really hard for Saint to defend. These Zealots are going to occupy him long enough to give him time for these Archons to morph, and they should be getting pretty close. Just a few more seconds and the Archons should come. There's one. One does get popped, but one of them does morph, and you can see all of the drones that are dead, all of the damage that's been done, and another storm going off, catching some of the Hydras, doing a decent amount of damage, and this Archon taking a lot of damage, eating up, soaking up with its shield so much damage from these Hydralis, and finally does go down, but so much damage has been done. More Corsairs coming in here to pick off Overlords, and Saint is in a whole lot of trouble right now. Looks like he's going to lose his 3rd. That 3rd looks like it's going to fall, and it looks like Zealots are going to intercept his reinforcing units, and I think Jangbi may actually be coming away with the victory. Jangbi may actually get his 1st win of Proleague coming finally in round 2, and it looks like he's got it. This is I think he's got it. I mean, he's getting his 3rd base up and running, and I'm terrified to say that he's going to win, because I've thought he's going to win before and then he fails, but I think he's got this. Pretty sure he's got this. This would take a pretty colossal fail on the part of Jangbi to lose it at this point. I mean, taking down the 3rd and the 4th, killing so many drones, and the Zerg player really doesn't have that much in terms of ground force. It doesn't have that much in terms of bases. Popping a lot of Overlords. Looks like he's about to pop a couple more, and I think that these Overlords may actually have Lurkers in them. Maybe? Yeah, those ones are the ones that did have Lurkers in them. He does have an Observatory. I believe I saw an Observatory, so he should be able to deal with the Lurkers pretty effectively without too much trouble. There's a shuttle, probably with some storms or something like that, and he's just going to come on, Jamie, storm them. And here come a ton of Zealots, bypassing the natural expansion completely, going right into the main. And looks like he's going, yeah, I mean, I really think Jamie's going to finish this off. And a DT drop into the main with the Zealots holding the ramp. And yeah, this should be it. Should be just about it. A lot of drones going down, and looks like a lot of the Zealots did die, but they're still holding out and giving him time to take down the spawning pool and take down some more drones. A lot of drones going down. The spawning pool does fall, and some Corsairs in here to kill off the Overlords, and they're going to give the DTs even more time. Yeah, they're going to give the DTs even more time to maybe pick off the Spire and or the Hydra Den. So Jangbi in pretty good shape right now, and yep, Jamie's going to take down this Extractor. Looks like he's focusing on the Extractor for some reason. A Spore Colony has come up for Saint, but I think this is just about over. GG from Saint! Jangbi gets his 1st win! Yeah! Jangbi gets his 1st win. Jangbi gets his 1st win. Woohoo! Yeah! So there's finally a big smile from Jangbi. Hopefully this is a resurgence. Hopefully I can watch him go from a 0-win round to maybe a all-kill round, maybe 10 kills or something for Jamie. That'd be pretty sweet. I know it's a little early, but you know, always hoping for a Jangbi resurgence. So, good game. That's it for today. That was the final game. I guess it was only supposed to be 5 games, but it turned out to be 6 because of that regame between Zero and Hogil. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's cast, and hopefully I'll probably do some more maybe later in the week or early next week. Until then, I will see you guys all later.